Hey, this is Mike from the One Stop Co-op Shop, covering FAZA, which is a solo or cooperative game where you are fighting off alien invaders trying to terraform the Earth. Quick disclaimer that I did get a review copy of this one. And it's a pretty straightforward and quick game, but let's talk through setup, how to play the game, and then show you a full playthrough. And use the timestamps if you want to skip to any part of that video. And remember, if you enjoy the content here at the One Stop Co-op Shop, consider supporting us on Patreon, subscribing to the channel, listening to our podcast on Sundays, and joining the conversation on our Discord. And also a quick note that for the first time, we're participating in Extra Life, so if you'd like to donate to a good cause, just use the link in the video description. So setting up the game is very quick. You have these 16 tiles, and you randomize them and then put them in a 4x4 grid. And each of them has a darker orange terraformed side, but you start on the lighter side for all of them. And then you place your motherships. Now you can see the little slot. These are actually standees that go together and kind of go like that. But to make it easier to see for the playthrough, I just took off one of the pieces. But you've got 3 of them total. The carrier, which drops down a ton of extra people. The destroyer, which can damage you consistently. And the former ship that's going to terraform these nice tiles of planet Earth into the alien's home planet. Now the carrier always goes on space 14. The destroyer on 15. And the former on 16. And each get a d6 die to track their remaining health. You can mess with this to make the game easier or harder, but I'm just going to have the basic value of 4 for each of them. Additionally, they're going to spawn a bunch of these little FAZA aliens, the ones invading you. You'll place 3 on each spot with a mothership, and 2 on each tile adjacent to a mothership orthogonally. Now, you'll sometimes have motherships placing aliens in the same space, like in tile 6 here, but the max on any given tile is 3. So even though I would get 2 from the destroyer and 2 from the former, I'm just going to have 3 there. And same thing here. I would have 3 for having the mothership on each of these tiles, plus 2 more for being adjacent to another mothership, but just 3. So I kind of lucked out, I guess, in a way. And that's it for the setup of the board until I pick my characters, so let's go over to that. So there are 4 colors of characters. I've already chosen 2 of them, and each color has a unique set of 4 action cards that are keyed to them. But within the 4 colors, you have 2 different characters you can choose between that color. Like, for example, I could have been a senator for yellow, or the rebel that I actually chose. I lay out my characters' cards in number order, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see it right at the bottom of the card there. And I make sure all of them are on their healthy side, again, with the lighter orange color, and not on the injured side that looks like that. As for my playing pieces, I find the outpost. There's 1 in each of the 4 colors that matches their color, so this guy's down here, my farmer, and my rebel is over here. And I place with each of those characters 2 of these little rebel aliens that are purple. Because the basic theme of this one is that we cannot defeat the aliens on our own, but that a rebel faction, basically a little civil war within the alien society, they are helping us to destroy these motherships. So they're the ones who can actually infiltrate and blow these things up. We just have to kind of clear the way and lead them. Finally, I'm going to put the 3 activation cards for the motherships in alphabetical order: carrier, destroyer, former, and this little activation token is going to start on the carrier ship. So generally speaking, the destroyer and then the former are going to be the first to activate. I shuffle up my little FAZA event cards, and I'm ready to play. So going into how to play the game, first you have a team phase, where we get to simultaneously, in whatever order we want, resolve our actions and do other things. And then we get to a FAZA phase, where we have them attack the players based on difficulty. I'm playing on normal, there's also easy and difficult. And then you move this token to activate some of the motherships, having them do terrible things. And then we get the use of all our action cards back again, because basically they're tapping as you use them each round. And in terms of victory and defeat, you'll sometimes get injured in your action cards, flipping them to the side, and if any player gets injured a 4th time without healing, they will die. And that is an instant loss condition for the players. Additionally, as I mentioned, there are 4 outposts in the game, and if all of them get terraformed, flipped to their darker orange side, then you also lose because you won't be able to get the rebels you need to win the game anymore. And finally, if you ever have to place an alien but cannot because they're all on the board or on destroyed mothership cards, you'll see how that works once I blow one up, then you also lose. As for winning, there's only one way to do that. You have to get rebels to the motherships and damage them over and over until all 3 of them have been blown up. Now, in terms of what you can do in the team phase, it's pretty straightforward. First of all, players can use one of their player cards. They tap it, and they get to use one of the 2 abilities. You'll see they all have a top and bottom option. And it's always going to be a movement option on top and some kind of special action on the bottom. And very important rule for movement, this applies to you and rebels you might move. You cannot move out of a space with drones, generally speaking, except for a few special powers in the game. You can also fight enemy drones, these orange pieces, at any time for no action cost just by rolling the dice, but you have a chance of getting injured by doing so, so it's not necessarily free. Each character also has a special skill unique to them, and you can use that as many times as it applies, although most of them will require spending points, which are basically destroyed drones you've defeated in combat. So if you can blow them up, you can do stuff with them. And speaking of that, one of the key actions in the game is to discard 2 points worth of drones to put a rebel on any outpost that hasn't been terraformed. And that matters because you can move rebels with your movement cards just like you can move yourself, and when a rebel is on a mothership with no drones there, another action you can do is to remove the rebel and do 1 damage to the mothership. Though whenever you do that, you have to draw one of these event cards, which can sometimes be beneficial but are often pretty nasty. And that's pretty much it except combat. Let's talk about that briefly. So when you engage in combat, let's say my farmer wanted to fight these 2 drones, you roll a number of d6s equal to the number of drones you're fighting, so 2 in this case. And generally speaking, a 4 or higher will defeat that drone, putting them in your supply as a point you can spend for rebels and special power skills. But if you roll a 1, 2, or 3, you don't remove the drone and you're injured, which is going to flip your leftmost player card to its damage side, and again, if that happens too many times, you will be dead and lose the game. Now, a few additional things about combat. If there's a rebel on your space, they have to take injuries before you can, which can be good and bad, so you'll remove them instead of getting hurt. And also there's lots of ways to get bonuses, but the consistent one is if you're on a tile with your colored icon, then you get a +1 bonus to all your rolls. So you would need a 3 to defeat aliens instead of a 4. So that should be enough to get going. You'll see the specifics of the player cards and the motherships as we go through their turns. So to quickly go through my 2 characters, I've got a farmer. So quickly going through the actions available to my characters, we each have a mix of the basic movement options. Run moves us or some rebels 1 tile. Airplane moves us or some rebels 2 tiles, and we ignore the first tile we move on, so drones there won't stop us. And teleport moves you to any outpost or any green tile, and for yellow, any yellow tile, but note that it cannot move rebels and you still can't leave if there's drones on your space. And then yellow has 1 ray gun card to give +1 to a combat roll. They both have the shield ability you use before combat so you can't get injured by missing on the results. And they each have their color's unique action, so rebels can just straight up add a rebel to an outpost. That's again the equivalent of having defeated 2 drones. And the farmer can heal a card for themselves or somebody else within 1 tile. And for special powers, I love the rebel. He can spend 2 points, that means discarding 2 drones he's already defeated, to turn a drone on his space into a rebel. So he can almost create rebels out of thin air to attack the motherships. The farmer, on the other hand, whenever he skips over a tile with an airplane card, he can kill a drone that he skipped over. And I discussed outposts already, but you'll see airfields, they all ended up in the upper left-hand corner, which is ridiculous. But their only special ability is if I use an airplane card to move from there, I can move 3 spaces instead of 2, skipping over the first 2. So first we clearly need to get rid of some of the drones on our spaces. And then the former and the carrier are both near us. We could try to gang up the rebels we already have. The former terraform spaces, the carrier drops a ton of guys. I generally like to kill the former first if I can. Oh wait, no, that's the destroyer, not the carrier, and that one hurts us, so that is pretty nasty. Maybe we can do a mixed effort and both charge in and then try to kill him another turn. So I'll have the farmer go first and go ahead and use his shield to make sure we can't get injured. So I'm rolling 2 dice, and with the green I need 3+ to damage these guys, so I got 1 of them. He comes off as a point for me. And I'll go ahead and attack this guy again without the shield. I want to save it for later in the turn. Beautiful. So I do have 2 points. I can get a 3rd rebel if I want. And you know, I think I do want. I'm going to discard those 2 guys. I can put them in any outpost, but let's go ahead and stick with where I am. And now the destroyer is about to activate, which is going to play into my strategy here. He goes towards the nearest player character, destroys all the rebels there, and also injures them. So I definitely don't want to stay on these guys unless I'm going to attack, and I don't love the odds of going in there. So I think I'm going to get a bit tricky and do a teleport and then an airplane and maybe another airplane. Let's try to use my farmer's ability. So I'll teleport to this outpost. I'll airplane over here and destroy one of them. And then with the airfield giving +1 movement, I'll airplane all the way down to this nice green spot and defeat... I like to leave places with 2 guys instead of 3. So that gives me 2 more points to get another rebel later. And unless yellow messes up my plans, the destroyer should come down here, attack me, and then he'll be in a nice position for my rebels to come over and help me out, hopefully. Now, yellow also has 2 bad guys and 2 rebels. And I think actually I'll put a 3rd rebel there first. And I'm not going to use shield or ray gun yet. I'll just try to hopefully destroy this guy and tank the damage with rebels. So first attack, I have a +1 from a yellow tile. Oof! So I have to lose 2 of my rebels. We're still going. Let's try again. Bam! There we go. Get both of them. And that'll give me enough to use my rebel ability to change like one of these guys into a rebel. But no, let's go ahead and airplane myself over there. And then I think I'll use his shield to make sure I don't get hurt, but I'll save the run ray gun to maybe bring a rebel in there. So shielded. Oh, and that's yellow. So actually I need a 3+ to hit. That's great. Which worked out really well. So I don't take an injury because of the shield. But I do have 2 more points. And with that in mind, I'm going to spend 2 of them to change this guy into a rebel with my special skill. And then let's have him run at the former ship, bringing it down to 3 life. Remember, I have to draw an event after doing that. Refashioning FAZA tech to create an optical disruptor, you can now disappear. Oh, cool. Keep this card. Spend 1 point to become invisible. This allows you to leave tiles with drones. You become visible again if you engage in combat. That is awesome. So this just kind of hangs out. A lot of these are negative, but I got lucky this time. So now the question becomes, do I move away? I could actually get a second rebel down below me and then bring them both up and really hurt the former ship. Yeah, let's do it. So I spent my 2 points to get that guy there. I'm going to run them both because you can move a group. And then you have to do 1 at a time, so this guy will reduce him to 2. Oh, so they're going to add 2 drones to that space. You might not get the other attack off. The FAZA deploy precision patrols. Every time a character enters an even-numbered tile, add 1 drone to that tile. And this is a short effect, which means the next time we hit the guy, hopefully this turn, this will go away to the discard pile. You know, I could have done this. Let's say I did, because I certainly would have if I was thinking. The farmer had 2 drones. He would have also put a rebel here. Because then if we get stupidly lucky, we can actually destroy the ship entirely. So let's try for it. Have yellow attack the 2 new drones. Oh my gosh, that's great with the yellow bonus. Otherwise, that would have been 2 injuries. They are done, which means we can take the former ship down to 1. So precision is immediately destroyed as a short effect. So instead we get, 3 drones and a wormhole. The FAZA open a wormhole to an alternate reality. You must switch your character to the character you didn't pick. Flip your team face card to find your other character. Wow. So my rebel is now a senator, which means I can discard a rebel to automatically destroy a drone on my tile. Which isn't that bad, but man, I would have loved to have been able to use these guys to change these people into rebels. So very low odds I get through for another attack, but we gotta try for it, right? Oh, okay, so 1 will actually hit, 1 will destroy my rebel, and the last one will injure me. And just to show you what an injury looks like, you'll see that the bottom always has the same recover action, and the top always has the same hobble, so I can move 1, but I can't move rebels. And recover if I'm on an outpost, I can use the action, tapping it to heal it back up. So clearly this former is going to live at least 1 more round. I could attack these guys, but I think I'll probably just use my little disruptor cloaking device to get away from them into this outpost next turn. Alright, going into the FAZA phase, because we're on normal difficulty, if we're on a tile with a drone or mothership, we're going to take an injury. So that means yellow's getting hurt a second time. Then we're going to move this little activation token once per player. So the destroyer and then the former are going to go. The destroyer moves up to 2 towards the closest player that he wants to hurt with higher numbered tiles breaking ties. He's going to kill all rebels there, injure the person there, and then drop 3 drones there. And this wasn't quite what I planned. He's coming over here and hitting yellow again. Oh, poor yellow. So yellow is 1 from death. Thank God he can just dip out of there easily. Then the destroyer would put down 3 drones, but only 1 more can fit, so that's good at least. Okay, next is the former ship, not quite dead. It's going to move 1 tile toward one that's not FAZA formed, not flipped yet. Flip the tile, move again, flip another tile, and drop 2 drones. Now, it won't move this first time because it wants to flip the tile it's on, which means yellow isn't getting their bonus anymore. Then they always prefer higher tiles in tie breaks, so it's going to go over where the carrier is and flip that tile too. But again, kind of a silver lining. They can't drop any more drones there because there's already 3. Now we get all our cards back, but yikes, yellow has, 3 that need to recover. So I could spend a point to use yellow's disruptor, become invisible, use my teleport to move back to an outpost, and then heal fully, but that would be yellow's entire turn, but maybe that's worth doing. Actually, green's got his healing abilities. So let's see, if yellow teleports down to here, we can have green heal him once. He can heal the other 2 the old-fashioned way. So now he does have the ability to get a rebel to help out green, maybe. Oh, and sorry, I did need to use a point to use the disruptor. Let's see, green could airplane himself in there, airplane these guys to there and then up there. We could try to hit the destroyer some. Sure, let's try it. So I'll airplane myself. I'll go past there to defeat that guy. And then I'll airplane them over there and run them up here. And actually, let's have yellow use his airplane to get them in there. That way green can use his shield for this first attack to hopefully avoid any terrible losses. 3 dice. Nice, we got 2 hits, and again, no loss from the shield. And let's go for another one. Nice, okay, so we didn't get hurt at all. And let's start trying to blow this guy up. So 1 attack. Nice, another reward. Precognition. Your scientists have made a hallucinogenic drug, awakening your latent psychic abilities. At any time, discard this card to look at the next 2 FAZA event cards. Place 1 at the top of the FAZA deck and 1 at the bottom. That's awesome. Actually, I'm going to use it now because I want to get the full 3 hits off. But it looks like either way I'm going to get some extra drones. Retreat. The mothership moves to the adjacent tile with the highest number, ignoring the damage just received. Well, that's certainly going on the bottom. Although this is a nasty one too, a long FAZA card will stay in effect until we discard a number of points, a number of drones equal to 2 times the number of players. Although we have 6 right now, so I guess we can do it. So yes, I am going to still keep this one. So now I'll attack, and I'm down to 2. And that is going to activate the shield, so we'll add 2 drones here. And basically these guys can't be hurt, the motherships, until we have gotten rid of this. So let's do it right away. I guess I'll just have the farmer get rid of all of his 4. And now do we try to hit these guys? Yeah, I guess we do. Oh! Okay, so that's lose my rebel and I take an injury. Gonna take another injury just for being here, so if I roll again and get hurt twice, we will lose. So I guess I'll stop. And so the FAZA attack, green's going down to a 2nd injury. And the carry's gonna go, oh, and then the destroyer, great. So the carry drops 2 drones, moves again, drops 2 drones, moves again, drops 2 drones, each time moving towards the tile with the least drones. A higher tile is breaking ties. So it looks like up there first, then to the airfield for the tie, and then to the other airfield. And the destroyer doesn't move, but does plink green down to 3 injuries. We just seem to be trading injuries. But luckily can only drop a single drone. Alright, so yellow's all healed up, but green is a mess. I would love to get yellow over to that former ship if I can. Let's see, I guess he could teleport to the outpost, fight there, make some rebels move in there, fight. It's a bit of a tall order. Green can use a heal to heal himself, use another heal to heal himself, so now he won't die, he can just stay where he is. And then he can use an airplane to move the rebels that yellow recruits, which leaves yellow free to airplane straight in there and use their cards to actually fight. Let's try that. We'll go in there with yellow's airplane. I guess we'll use his shield for the first fight, not take any damage. Come on. Okay, we just got 1 of them. We'll use the ray gun for the second fight, so now we need a 3+. Okay, we got another one, but did take an injury. All right, now yellow's going to get 2 rebels, and green will use their airplane to fly him in. And remember, the Senator can throw a rebel to automatically destroy a drone, getting the drone as a point. Don't even have to take the chance of rolling there. And we're going to blow this guy up, although we still draw an event. In this case, obliterate. Take 1 injury. Okay, so yellow's got 2. The FAZA direct an energy beam at your location. Remove your tile from the game and all rebels on it from the board. Move the mothership to the adjacent tile. That won't matter. And all other playing pieces to the lowest number adjacent tile. So this thing is straight up gone. Just a gap in the board. And we come back to an outpost, which isn't too bad for healing purposes. Now that the former is destroyed, we're going to flip it over. And instead we get a new effect, which is all players on FAZA form tiles take 1 injury. And then you remove 2 drones from the supply. So the game does accelerate as drones just come away forever. Remember, if you can't spawn a drone, you lose. Oh, and crud, he's on a FAZA form tile. No. Let's see. If he stays there, he'll take a damage from being with those guys. He'll take a damage from the former going. But the destroyer won't go yet, so he'll be alive with 3 out of 4 damage again. And similarly, the Senator has already taken 2 damage. He'll take another one from those guys, but if I rolled badly, I could die. So let's use his rebel ability to put a rebel there, and they can tank that automatic damage for him. So green at 2 injuries, yellow at 2 still. That's going to make green go down to a 3rd injury. Then 2 drones come out of the game. Then the carry's going to drop a bunch of drones again. So let's see, they're all tied, so 11 would be his first choice. Good thing is this area is pretty full of drones, so they're not going to do as much. Then they'll go to 12, so they'll go right back where they came from. And then to 9. So only 3 drones got dropped off. But green is once again in death mode here. I would love to get a yellow over the destroyer and just blast that thing. I guess he could heal twice and then just try to fight with no bonuses. Here he goes. Okay, got 1 of them. That is 1 injury. Oh, shoot. Okay, that's a 2nd injury. What the heck? Let's try for a 3rd injury. But I can heal that 3rd injury back, so I'm not in danger of dying. And, okay, there we go. Oh, wait, I just realized. I left no way to actually move rebels to us. I guess I could heal my way into moving them. Yeah, so let's try it. I'll go and use the rebel action for yellow to put 1 there, spend 2 points for him to put another one. Green's going to do his double heal thing to be alive again. And try a perhaps ill-advised attack. But if I can get some hits, I could definitely destroy that guy. Oh, cool, I got 2 of them, and now I'm down to... Oh man, I just lost my action that actually lets me move rebels. Well, I kind of have to go all in now. Come on. Yes! So I can move again, but the problem is all I've got is hobbling and recovering. And if I move here and then recover, the destroyer is going to come down there and blow those guys up. So let's hobble over here where I have the advantage, let the destroyer come to me, and then bring those guys in and try to fight with my bonus. So neither of us takes automatic damage now, but the destroyer's going to move in here, since that's a 13 and that's a 2. Deal the 3rd damage to green. Drop 3 more friends off. But the former's just removing 2 more guys from the game, because none of us are on the single terraform tile. And let's have green heal to heal. I definitely love this little combo. And I guess to do a shield on their first combat over there. because yellow can handle the actual moving of the rebels. Here we go. Oh my gosh, thank God I shielded. Alright, now let's try again. Oh, beautiful. So all three of them are dead, no injuries. So farmer's got 6 points, yellow's only got 1, but we already have enough rebels. So let's not get any more yet. Instead, I'll have yellow use his airplane power to send these guys in here. We'll have the first one attack. Hopefully we'll get the other one off too. Ooh, beautiful. Med pack. You have found a med pack, and that's green, by the way, since he actually led the attack. Keep this card. At any time, discard this card to heal one injury or refresh a used card. Yes. And that means, boom, another mothership down. Then once again, drawing another card. Off guard. 2 drones. The FAZA have anticipated your strategy and catch you off guard. The team phase ends and the FAZA phase starts immediately. Oh man, I still had like a ton of actions I could have done. Ah well, so it goes. Alright, green's going to take a second injury. Yellow's okay for now. Now the carrier is the only one left active. We just got to blow him up. Let's see, he's going to go here and drop off 1, here and drop off 2, and then here and drop off 2. And the destroyer now doubles down. If we're on a tile with a drone, we take an injury, and then we take 2 drones out of supply. Speaking of, there are 2 drones left in the supply. Yikes. And that also means green is taking a 3rd injury, although he's got the med pack, so that should help a lot. Yeah, just kind of show you where we are. Yellow's half hurt because we didn't get a chance to heal. Oh, that card was terrible. And I knew that was in there. I should have anticipated that. So green can use the med pack, I think, to immediately get that available. He can clearly heal himself entirely. And yellow can airplane in there pretty easily, and then we can get a good number of rebels going. But first, let's get green out of his predicament. So let's heal. This doesn't matter. Might as well get the airplane shield, and I'll go and use the shield. And he's got a +1 bonus. That should be enough. Oh, bam. Didn't even need the shield. Awesome. So I got to use some of those drones. That'll get them back in the pool. But first, let's heal myself again. And that means green's got an airplane left to help out yellow. I think yellow's going to heal once, then teleport below the mothership. Hobble into its space. So that's teleport here and hobble there. I'm going to have the farmer spend 6 of his drones to get 3 rebels there, and he'll go ahead and airplane them in. Or no, I guess I'll have yellow do it in case he gets injured. All right, let's try to fight these guys. Come on. Okay, we got 1 and lost 1 rebel. Not great. All right, let's go for the other one. Yes. All right, let's start hurting this guy. So that's a 1 attack. Ooh, rebellion. There's another rebellion in the FAZA ranks. Keep this card. If you're on the lowest numbered FAZA form tile, you may discard this card to place 2 rebels on the tile with you. I am, even though it's the highest tile in the game, on the lowest numbered FAZA form tile because it's the only one. So heck yes, I'm getting 2 more rebels. That was silly lucky. Let's try with another attack. Hive Mind. 2 drones. The FAZA's Hive Mind permeates the air with the irresistible beat of the war drum. Their psychic link grows stronger. Okay, all rebels on tiles with motherships are converted into drones. If this results in more than 3 drones on a tile, remove the extra drones. Good lord. Well, my joy there was short-lived, I guess. Oh man, I'm going to take a bunch of extra damage, but can't really help it. And I was going to say green could try to heal him, but it has to be within 1 tile, and green is too far away. Let's see, the former's going to activate and hurt yellow, so yellow's going to be almost dead again. But then the carrier, where's the carrier going to go? Down here, then down here, then down here. So they'll be right in green's line of sight for a fairly easy kill. So let's go and have green use their last airplane card to just move right there and be ready to try to whoop some butt later. Alright, yellow takes 2nd injury for being there. And then the former activates, haha, former, gives him another damage. Oh, wait, before I do that, I just realized if I don't get my rebels, I won't have enough to actually have the game continue. The thing will run out. So I'm going to spend 4 to put 2 rebels here. Yeah, and then I'll barely survive, because 2 go on the former. And then the carrier's going to do 2 there, and 2 here. Which leaves a single drone in the supply, good lord. And yellow is pretty much dead, but if green can win, we just win immediately, so we pretty much gotta win this turn. So let's do a first attack with some shields. And it is a green tile. Oh, awesome. All right, so we can actually get another rebel if we need it, but let's have the first one jump on. Gosh, if we get something stupid like you can't do the rest of your turn, we're done. Oh, it's a reward, so that means bye-bye. You've dissected the FAZA and know their biological weaknesses. Keep this card. Spend 1 point to kill 1 drone on your tile. You do not keep the point gained from using this card, but that is awesome. I mean, it would have been really good. But you know what else was really good? Winning the game. Alright, so that guy is done. Yellow is in desperate peril. He probably would have died in a second. But it doesn't matter because the second the motherships are gone, we have defeated the alien invasion and won. That was FAZA. Hope you enjoyed watching the quick video. And please click on the link that just popped up if you'd like to see my thoughts on the game. Good gaming, and I'll see you at the next stop.